Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Najwa Husseini with Azadi News. Azadi TV team wishes all Rohingya and Muslims around the globe a very blessed Ramadan. May Allah give us strength and strong will to fight this ongoing novel coronavirus epidemic and survive with unity and faith. UK urged to provide quarantine facilities for floating Rohingyas. Burmese military may be repeating crimes against humanity, UN rapporteur warns. UNHCR denies fake news on daily pocket money for Rohingya. Bangladesh has urged the British government to provide quarantine facilities for around 500 floating Rohingyas in deep sea, engaging one of the Royal Naval ships loitering in the Gulf Sea. Bangladesh has also conveyed the high risk of spreading coronavirus in the congested Rohingya camps in Cox's Bazar if any of the infected Rohingyas get entry into Rohingya camps afresh. Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Mu'min shared the idea when British Minister of State for the Commonwealth and the United Nations, Lord Ahmed, made a phone call to him on Monday requesting Bangladesh to give shelter to floating Rohingyas at bay. The UK have Royal Naval vessels in the Gulf with adequate accommodation facilities. They can send one of the vessels and rescue the floating Rohingyas at deep sea and put in quarantine inside the ship to stop the spread of coronavirus, Dr. Mu'min told UMB over phone. On April 16th, members of the Bangladesh Coast Guard rescued 396 Rohingya people from a boat which was denied entry by Malaysia. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Michelle Bachelet, UNHCR, and the Human Rights Watch requested Bangladesh to accept the rest of the Rohingyas floating at deep sea. Bangladesh responded to those requests, noting that Bangladesh has not taken sole monopoly approach of sheltering Rohingyas. Bangladesh made it clear that humanitarian disaster created by Burma must not be the sole responsibility of Bangladesh in the world to shoulder it. Burmese military may once again be committing crimes against humanity in Arkan state, the UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights has warned, urging the international community to prevent further atrocities. In a damning statement issued on Wednesday, Young Healy said the military was inflicting immense suffering on communities living in conflict-affected states and called for increased efforts to ensure that there is not another systemic failure like in 2017. The military had also expanded its campaign against minorities from Arkan to neighboring Chin state, she said. Burma is already facing allegations of genocide over a brutal military crackdown that began in August 2017 and which forced more than 700,000 Rohingya to flee over the border to Bangladesh. Earlier this year, Burma was instructed by the UN's highest court to take action to prevent genocidal violence against Rohingya citizens and to report back on its progress. Citizens of all ethnicities living in conflict areas are now being targeted by the military, Lee's statement said. Despite calls from the UN for a global ceasefire during the coronavirus crisis, the military has instead escalated its fight against the Arkan Army AA. The military has not only injured and killed scores of civilians, including children, in recent air and artillery strikes, Lee said, but also blocked some of the injured from accessing urgent medical care. In one case, a teenage boy died at a military checkpoint in Rakhine after the military forced the vehicle transporting him to wait there on the way to hospital. Earlier this month, a driver working for the World Health Organization who was transporting swabs from patients to be tested for coronavirus was killed after his vehicle was attacked by gunfire in Arkan state. Both Myanmar's army and the Arkan army denied responsibility for the attack. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees (UNHCR) has denied claims made in a WhatsApp message on social media that the agency has been given a daily allowance to refugees in Malaysia. The WhatsApp message alleged that refugees registered under UNHCR are given RM35 a day and that this was the reason why they were in Malaysia. A spokesman for UNHCR refuted the claim, stressing that their approach has always been to enable refugees to become self-reliant and not on cash handouts. He said UNHCR partnered with NGOs and the private sector to enable refugees to care for their families through projects that generate income and vocational training. This message appeared to be part of an ongoing hate campaign against Rohingya refugees, with social media users flooding Facebook and Twitter with hateful remarks against the community. This is today's news. To get more updates about Rohingya, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Visit our website azadinews.org and follow our social media accounts. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.